You're scrolling, drifting through the endless static of the algorithm, waiting for the signal to cut through the noise. Consider, if you will, that you just found the frequency. You've just stepped off the timeline of the everyday, into the space where the forgotten history and the hidden truths finally touch down. There's the story you know, and then there's the airspace we're about to enter. Check your coordinates, because you're heading towards the landing point. Welcome back, friends. Today's story. Almost Missed. You know the name. In the modern era of basketball, it is synonymous with excellence. It is a name of a dynasty, the name of a revolution. But this is not the story of the father, the 16-year NBA veteran with a golden release. Nor is it the story of the older brother, the two-time MVP who changed the geometry of the basketball court forever. No, this is the story of the boy in the background, the younger brother, the one they said was too small, too slow, and simply not cut from the same legacy cloth. Growing up, the driveway basketball games in North Carolina were fierce, but out in the world, the younger brother was practically invisible to scouts. When it came time for college, the major Division I powerhouses, the ones that had courted his father and would soon regret ignoring his brother, didn't come knocking. With no big-time offers, he quietly enrolled in Liberty University. A fine school, certainly, but millions of miles away from the bright lights of the NBA. He played exceptionally well for his freshman year, well enough to catch the eyes of Coach K and transferred to Duke. But just as he arrived on the big stage, his body betrayed him. A lingering shin injury robbed him of his quickness. He played through the pain, but when the 2013 NBA draft rolled around, 60 names were called by the commissioner. His was not one of them. He played through the pain, but when the 2013 NBA draft rolled around, 60 names were called by the commissioner. His was not one of them. Undrafted, overlooked. He was left on the outside looking in, while his older brother was already becoming a global superstar. It would have been easy for him to walk away, to head back to North Carolina, maybe taking up coaching, and living the quiet life in the comfortable shades of his family's towering legacy. Instead, he packed his bags for the Development League. For years, he was a basketball nomad. He rode buses to places like Erie, Pennsylvania, and Santa Cruz, California. He'd get called up to the NBA, play 4 minutes at the end of a blowout, and then sent back down to the minors the next morning. He was cut by Memphis, cut by Cleveland, cut by Orlando, and cut by Phoenix. But in those empty, echoing minor league gyms, he just kept shooting. He refined his mechanics. He perfected his release. He decided that if he couldn't be the biggest or the fastest, he would simply become the most lethal. Finally, in 2015, the Sacramento Kings gave him a real chance. Then Dallas, then Portland. The 10-day contracts turned into multi-year, multi-million-dollar deals. The benchwarmer became a starter. The minor league nomad became one of the most feared perimeter assassins in the world. And then a funny thing happened when you opened the NBA record books. If you look at the highest career three-point shooting percentages in the history of the league, the true measure of a shooter's pure accuracy, you won't find the famous father at the very top. And for much of their respective careers, you wouldn't even find the revolutionary brother in the number 1 or 2 spot either. Sitting right there, in the rarest of air alongside names like Steve Kerr and Herbert Davis, is the undrafted kid from Liberty University, the nomad and the afterthought. His father is Dell. His brother is Steph. But the man who carved out his own extraordinary legacy, shot by shot, is Steph Curry. And whether you realize it or not, this is the landing point. Viewers, thank you for watching today, The Landing Point. We really appreciate it. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Roadrunner Real Estate. They are a full-service real estate company doing both commercial and residential real estate. They can help you buy, sell, or even lease your properties. So if you're in the market looking for a real estate company, please go out and give them a call. They'll happily help you today. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our social media. Obviously, we have YouTube if you're watching that today. If you haven't done so already, please go out and subscribe. It is completely free to you. There's nothing that you'll be charged or your membership fees, but it does help us out so we can get our latest episodes to you quickly, and you can find out what's going on with YouTube. Our other place that we do a lot of our social media is on our Facebook page, The Landing Point. So please go out and like and subscribe or follow those, I guess I would say, so you get the latest updates. If you're a person that likes to listen to stories as you're out on the drive, we have our podcast. You can find The Landing Point out there, and it can be on most services. So once again, thank you for watching The Landing Point, and we look forward to see you on our next story.